All right. Good Thursday evening to you. Welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. How y'all? Good to see you back. So it's Thursday. It's Thursday evening. And I did something yesterday that I don't do very often at all, is that I missed Williams Wednesday. Got my mug and everything, and I just missed it. I've been so busy. I'm switching over to a new company with work and starting all that, and it's just been hectic, and I just missed it. I don't even have a good excuse for it. So anyway, even though this is Thursday, we're going to do a Williams shave, and just like we would have done yesterday. But one good thing about it is I had got an extra day of growth to work on, which is always fun. I'm a fan of it, and that's going to work really well with the micromatic that we're going to use tonight with a treat blade. Now, right there to start with, you'll notice that I did not say the open comb micromatic, and there's a reason for that. And I may have already ranted about this in another video, but not everybody watches every video, so you're going to hear it again. You know what I mean? The original version was the micromatic. That's this one, and it's an open comb. So when you say micromatic and don't put anything else with it, you mean the open comb version, because if it's the clog proof, then that's the micromatic clog proof, and if it's the flying wing, then that's the micromatic flying wing. Some of them had the guiding eye. So what I've started doing, someone brought it up over at Toast. That's the Original Safety 2, one word, Original Safety number 2.com. That's our little forum for single edge and injector shaving, if you'll recall. Someone brought up that it actually, technically, it's just micromatic. You don't have to put the OC anywhere in it. I agree with that, so that's kind of what I started doing. Now, there's still people that say, I've been calling it OC micromatic or micromatic open comb for so long that I'm just going to have to keep doing it, and that's great. I say, bully for you. Knock it out. That is not on the ranometer. Plenty of other stuff on the ranometer. That ain't there. So today I went and got a haircut, and I've got this old-fashioned barbershop I found. And the guy that runs it had the barbershop in the Union at LSU for years, Lawrence. I think it's Catrone's is the name of that place. Don't quote me on that. The old memory's kind of going, and I'm too lazy to go look it up, but I think it's Catrone's. I got 3 barbers in there. All of them are great. So today was the first time I had used this particular one. He's a younger guy, and we got to talking when he was doing my neck shave, because they put the hat lather on and they do the shavette neck shave, which is great. If you haven't done that, you really need to look around for a barbershop and get that done. It's just outstanding. When they get through, they put the hot towel over your head and everything. It's just wonderful. But he was talking about he's got his granddad's razor from the 40s. And from the sound of it, it's probably a super speed. I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll find out for sure. But, barbershop, talk about shaving. There's usually somebody there who knows what you're talking about, right? Okay. So we're going to use the modern Williams shave stick that I made here a while back. And it's getting down to where it won't be long. I'll need to make another one. I love Pinard citrus musk. This stuff is just barbershoppy, old-time barbershoppy smell. If the whole world smelled like this all the time, it would be great. And I'm going to use my my 650, Ever-Ready 650 PB, which was a pure badger. I just call it the Papa Bravo these days. Matter of fact, I may even paint that on it somewhere, Papa Bravo. And this little inexpensive Chinese Virginia sheen off of eBay, they call it a finest badger. And grades are subjective, I found out. What one calls one, another company calls something. But anyway, it's dense enough. It's not losing a bunch of hair. And it's just a really, really great brush. And I've already soaked it and everything. And so it's ready to go. So that's going to be the night shave. And we'll see how it all goes. You'll also notice, some of you that watched my video the other day noticed that I was hoping that with the change of company that I would get to keep my goatee. The company I was working for wouldn't allow it at all. And Fuzzy really likes his goatee. So the good news is I get to keep it, as long as it's neatly trimmed, that it always is. So it's been growing out now for a little while, and it'll fill in a hurry. I can't grow any hair on top of my head anymore much, but I can still grow a beard and a goatee. So we're going to be sure we got plenty of soap on. Using a shave, the stick. So just dampen the end of it, rub the soap over your beard, and you kind of have to just learn to know, there's a string, where that came from. Anyway, you got to kind of learn to know when you've got enough on. That's subjective as to when you have enough. Everybody's, different. But You know, if you get a little extra in there, it's not like it's going to hurt anything at all. But you want to get enough so that when you start building lather, you have enough lather in the brush to, you know, complete your passes, whatever you're going to do. So we're going to dry our hands off a little bit here. Just like that. And I've already had started soaking the old brush there, so I'm just going to dip the tips in, because you want your brush damp, but you don't want it dripping water. I don't anyway. Go over here. See what kind of lather the old modern Williams is going to be up to tonight. I found that if you grate the modern Williams, either into a bowl or make it into a stick or whatever, some people who have problems lathering it get an easier lather out of it. I don't usually have problems lathering Williams very much, although some nights it just seems like there's nothing you can do. It's still going to be contrary, but even if the you know, the lather looks like it's dissipating some, the slickness is still there with Williams. Usually we don't have problems. Now I will point out, I've got a little bump coming up on the side of under my jawline. So if we happen to get a weeper there, yeah, don't freak out. I didn't slit my throat. It just knocked the head off the top of that, and that will sometimes happen. But look at that. Williams is coming along good. I really, really, really like this knot. I don't remember how much it cost, but they're not expensive. It's Virginia Shing on eBay out of China, and they take a little while to get here. Everything takes a little while to get to Baton Rouge, because you know the mail's delivered on a three-legged gator, it seems like sometimes. It can take forever. But eventually it seems to get here. And it's been really good. So she's also got some good synthetic knots. And the official brush maker, I call him, of a toast is Jim. And he put me on to Virginia Shing. He gets a lot of knots from there for his brushes. He hand turns a lot of brush. You remember, he's the one that did the brush we did the other day, the 298 there that I got here recently with the synthetic horse brush. And he's also done a couple of other brushes I have. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to use my finger at the end of where I want my sideburn to be and do a little stretching. And if you do it that way, you don't cut the sideburn short. And then when you go to the other side, then you got to keep going up and for long your sideburns up here. So we'll put our thumb over this side. We'll rest down from that sideburn. And we're still, the goatee needs to grow out a little bit more. And once it does, then we can really shape it up and trim it up. Right now it's not as critical. We're just getting it close. So there we come down, and then we'll come under here and go up and see if we knock the top off that sword that's coming up. Doesn't look like we did the first pass. Maybe to hang around. And remember, when you're shaving with a micromatic, the way you find the angle is to run the head flat on your skin. That's the way Jim always said to do it. Matter of fact, I found out the other day, and I need to find one. I need to get one. There are some of the micromatics that say run flat or something to that effect on the front here. I didn't know that till just the other day. I found that out, and now I'm on the hunt for one. There's very few razors I'm on the hunt for, since I got a bunch. But that's one I'm on the hunt for. So, just going to clean that off a little bit. And see if we can get a second pass. Whoops, almost dropped the brush. This Eveready 650, I don't know when they made these. The Eveready brush line, the timelines on them are a little ambiguous. I'm assuming since this one is a 650, it was a newer model than like the 150s and the 200s and things of that nature. But a friend of mine had given me this. There's a story behind this brush. A friend of mine had given me this before he died. He ran an antique store, and this was something that was in his shop, and he gave it to me. I can't remember if it was birthday or Christmas or what it was. And it had still had the pure badger knot in it, but it wasn't in real good shape. And I kept it for a long time. It could still be used, and I kept it for a long time just like it was. And then I decided well, back I'd gotten this knot to put into another brush. I've got an Eveready 150. It's a red and black handle. But when I got to looking at it, the handle was crazy. I think I've told this story before, but you get used to hearing the same stories again. And so I decided not to put it in it, leave it like it was instead of messing with it. And I had this knot around, and I got to thinking, well, I need to put it in something. And figured, well, it'd be a good tribute to an old buddy, redo his brush, get a good knot in it, and start using it. I think it turned out good. I'm a big sucker for family stuff and stuff that I know belong to friends and things of that nature. I think it makes the shave better. And we'll get up behind this ear. This is one of the places I have to be careful up behind my ear, or I'll end up with a weeper. Because these things will bite. I don't think the micromatic is the monster I thought it was when I first started using it, but it will bite if you don't pay it enough attention. All right, let's see what we got after two passes here. What we got is a damn fine shave going. That's what we got. That's nice right there. We're gonna do our normal witch hazel touch-up. And while we're on the subject of jobs, I hear people all the time talking about they can't find work. I don't understand that. The economy seems to be doing good. Everywhere I look, there's we're hiring signs up. And when I decide to change jobs, I change jobs. And it just, I don't know. People always holler. I tend to wonder how hard they're looking. And, if they want to go to work really, or if they want to be able to whine they can't find a job. A lot of people these days seem to just like whining. I don't know what it is. I really don't. So there we got our witch hazel on. That's all we're going to use for our touch-up pass. And I've said it a million times, my touch-up pass ends up just being pretty much a whole nother pass because I like to shave. And if you're watching these videos, probably you like to shave too. So you probably understand what I'm talking about. We'll get around the goatee there. And like I said, once it grows out more, then we'll get it really, really edged up and trimmed up to where it's looking really good. Because I can still grow a goatee, even if I can't really grow. Now here's another thing about using witch hazel. I'm going to point this out. By having the witch hazel on and it being slick enough, I can actually see where I want to go around and just shave. A good way to edge around stuff like this, in my opinion, is you shave into it. And you stop where you get to where you want to be, and it gives you this nice kind of, I think it's a nice dressed up line. So, that's how I do it. You may do it different. That's all right too. People do it different. People do a lot of things. People do a lot of silly things. But, probably that's not silly. Just saying. So there we go. So that's another Williams shave in the book. My favorite soap, obviously. And that's also another micromatic shave in the book. And that's another cup of Cafe Bustelo. That's just good coffee no matter how you look at it. And yes, it's 9 something at night. Fuzzy's drinking coffee, and I'll still be able to go take a nap. No problems at all. I don't know about you, but I can drink a pot of coffee and sleep just as good as I ever do. Maybe it's a talent. I don't know. Citrus musk. If I haven't already mentioned it 3 million times, I love the citrus musk. Well, not too much of burn there. That's always good. I like to be able to feel my aftershave a little bit, but if you can feel it too much, that means you got some irritation there, and that's not good. But very rarely do I feel that. So there we go. Well, I hope things are going good your way. I've been busy, hadn't been online on Toast a lot. Like I said, changing jobs has been kind of hectic. Getting my guard card straightened out for the new company, getting the new hire paperwork done, getting everything going. But everything's going good, and I should be starting my training with them soon. But anyway, after 20 years in the business, it's all routine stuff. Well, look, y'all have a good one. Williams, if you haven't tried it, give it a try. Let me know what you think about it. If you want to know more about the single edge and injector shaving, like I always say, come see us at Toast. That's the Original Safety 2, the number 2, all one, originalsafety2.com. All SE, all the time. We don't talk about double edge, we don't talk about straight razors, and we sure as heck don't talk about cart garbage. You like them? That's fine. Talk about them somewhere else. We don't do it at Toast. Other than that, bully. Alrighty. Y'all have a good evening. Happy shaves to you. and we'll see you next time.